Welcome back to the moral decay of America. I don't even know if this is a moral decay anymore, but anyhow, once again, you're going to be asked to get the hell out of here if you are sensitive, alphabet, Fruit Loop, whatever sissy boy, candy ass that you think you are. Go ahead and leave now because I'm probably going to hurt your feeling. But anyhow, let's take a look here at the Fox News Network for the latest vote that our Senate did here, which Fox News is demonstrating that all the Senate Democrats voted against, barring, prohibiting, not allowing, for you folks that don't know English too good, taxpayer dollars to fund bringing in illegal immigrants to the United States towns. Now, I don't know 100% the truth behind this. However, I'm going to reasonably assume that the goobers on the left-hand side of the fence are going to argue that these are not illegal immigrants. These are the unaccompanied children of illegal immigrants that are already here, and or these are the unaccompanied children of people that are here. So the question then becomes morally, to me, if you're such a well-groomed adult, such a well-groomed parent, and you left your children behind in a shit country with a shit government with everything that's shit, how do you know your child, number one, was being properly taken care of, and then number two, how well do you know they were living? So if that's your argument, then I'm going to completely say this is stupid to begin with. But furthermore, let's just get back to the root cause of why are illegal immigrants being brought here in the first place? Why? Why is it such a high demand now to say, hey, here's the paperwork. It's going to take a couple of years because the United States government doesn't do anything quickly. But if you want to, quote unquote, claim you're seeking asylum, then here's this whole other escalated process, and we're going to screw over the American taxpayer, and we're hoping that you become a law-abiding citizen yourself. Come on in. Here's all of this health care. Here's all of this education. Here's free food, room, and board. And vote this way because we took care of you. Last time I checked, that's called a quid pro quo. You give me stuff, I give you stuff, and that's how we do things. And holy hell, here we are again, quid pro quo, but yet when the Democrats can get votes out of it, even though, quote unquote, they're not voting on federal issues, does it really matter? Does it really matter on if you're giving them the privilege of voting on federal issues? I've heard that argument. Compared to everything else. You're not a citizen. You don't get the right to vote. But if you seek asylum and you sign this asylum documentation, all of a sudden you get all the rights and privileges of every citizen. Except for you didn't contribute to any of the monies in the past that you're now consuming. You didn't contribute to any of the benefits of the past that you're now consuming. And have a nice day. We Americans have become slaves. That's what this boils down to. The rich are getting richer. That's what it boils down to. You think all of that going on with this war in Ukraine going on, for which we have now sent over $200 billion to, you think that money's actually going to Ukraine? No. Hell no. That money is buying weapons from the United States contractors such as General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin, and so forth. It's real simple. But yet, we don't want to push to end the war. That's what's ironic. And the reason why we don't is because those big government corporations can make a lot of money off of your tax dollars to keep buying and selling weapons to send over there. And that's it. It's just a vicious circle. But yet we have to borrow that money from China? Or we just print it, which depreciates the value of a buck, which means you got to make more bucks just to maintain what you've got. And there goes the circle. I mean, it's really sick. It's really demented. It's sick and demented. I don't understand why we are doing this. Looking at some of these tweets here, you can't be pro-American worker and vote to continue flying illegals all over America. This drives down wages down for Ohio workers and make housing and insurance costs more expensive for families. Well, that's true. It's 100% true. And then you put in squatters' rights. If someone breaks into your home that you're trying to get rented out, as an example, or you're a landlord and you have several pieces of property that you're trying to find qualified renters for, squatters can go in, and the next thing you know, you can't even evict them because states like New York, cities like New York City, and on down the line have laws protecting people who are trespassing on your property. That's no shit. That's the truth too. That's there. You can find that all over this country where squatters have more rights than the property owners. And then the property owners have to spend all that money, all their time, and then do all the repairs for when the squatter destroys stuff. This whole thing sucks. It's stupid. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do people on the left-hand side of the fence think that this is a good thing? Oh, that's right, because it gets votes. Now, I would love someone to tell me how you care about the American citizen when you're not allowing property owners to have the right, when you're not allowing the taxpayers to have a decrease in taxation for a change. A decrease. We want a decrease in taxation for our representation. You're taxing us and you're not representing us. You represent criminals. You're giving them rights, privileges. And in the great state of California, as an example, if you steal $990 worth of product from said store, we're not even going to try to prosecute you because it's just not worth our time. Are you shitting me? You're a criminal. You're a thief. Cut off your hand. There. Have a nice day. I bet you won't commit thievery no more. I bet you won't be robbing nobody when you only got one hand. So, it's just crazy. Just crazy. And I love this part. He did the same thing, Chuck Schumer, in the middle of the night on my vote to stop illegals from being counted in the census. Look here. Chuck Schumer scheduled this vote in the middle of the night on a Friday night. He did the same thing 2 weeks ago on my vote to stop illegals from being counted in the census. Think about that, people. If the Democrats are wanting illegals to be counted into the census poll, there's only one reason for that. To add more congressional seats to Congress with the knowledge and the hope, and the chances are high of both, that those 15 to 19 seats will be added to Congress and they'll be blue and then Democrats will always own Congress. Why the hell do you think all of these people are being put into Democratic cities? Because if they can adjust the census requirements, just the census laws, hey, we need more representation because, constituents say, and I say this loosely, constituents, but they say that, oh, you're only supposed to represent XYZ amount of people. Well, there's too many people there because of all these illegal son bitches. We need more representation. Well, let's take that district that just imported 500,000 illegals and cut it up into 3 parts. Well, guess what? That's 3 more seats. And you're going to allow all of them to be Democrat because that's how they're going to vote. That's another 19 seats in Congress they're going to acquire. White people, straight white males specifically, you're fixing to have to do something bad. We're being pushed, and we're nearly at the break. I hate to say that, but it's just about that time. I mean, just the other day, I saw another black activist, as she calls herself, pushing for more reparations from the city of Boston. And she wants the city of Boston to pay out, it would look like $15 billion to people of color in the city of Boston. $15 billion. Where did they come up with this shit? I just don't get it. But this is getting dumb, folks. We got more than half of our representation wanting all of these quote-unquote asylum seekers to be counted as citizens moving forward so they can get the power and stay in power. That empowerment is coming. And you folks think you have not seen communism yet? You're working for free. And we'll talk about that later. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Y'all be safe out there.